Members, please take your seats. Sergeant at Arms will please secure the doors. Madam Clerk, please call the roll.
Mr. President.
Has everyone recorded their presence? Almost. All right, the clerk will take the call. With 46 members in the chamber and a quorum being present, the Senate of Maryland is again in session. We will waive the invocation and the reading of the journal. All right, so this is going to be a little bit fluid. Bear with us a bit. This is the beauty of having cameras in the chambers. We have kind of an eye on the House to see where they are. It looks like there's still a lot of milling around over there. So we will obviously vote a lot faster than they will, and so we may have a little bit of downtime. So as we're kind of getting through that, we can, if anybody has any observations or thoughts along the way. Quick note, a member came up and asked about the empty, what do you call that? Armoire? Credenza. Thank you, Senator from Prince George's, the empty credenza, which was formerly had a lot of sort of the football memorabilia and helmets and sort of other individual things. Those were all the possession of our former President Emeritus, and so they have been, in many cases, a lot of the materials were gifted to the University of Maryland, and in communication with the family and Patty, and making sure that it all got to the right place. And so it looks very bare, and so we are going to be trying to figure out what the next version of it is, but we were finally able to get it all to the right place. It just, after 33 years, there were a lot of things that had that had collected that we wanted to make sure were put to the right places. So if there are any questions, that is where it exists now. Let's see. All right, why don't we read the messages, even if they're not ready? I think we can go ahead and start the work of getting things together. We have a message to the Senate. The clerk will read the message.
By the Majority Leader, ladies and gentlemen of the Senate, we propose, with your concurrence, a modified joint session of the General Assembly in our respective chambers due to the pandemic at 5 p.m. on December 9, 2021, for the election of the Treasurer of the State of Maryland by joint ballot in accordance with Article 6, Section 1 and 5 of the Constitution. We respectfully request the presence of the President, Majority Leader, Minority Leader, and Secretary of the Senate with the Senate ballots in the House chamber to witness the counting of the ballots by order Sylvia Siegert, Chief Clerk.
All right, message having been read is ordered journalized. We will now send the House our message in response. The clerk will read the message.
By the Majority Leader, ladies and gentlemen of the House of Delegates, we have received your message proposing a modified joint session of the General Assembly in our respective chambers due to the COVID-19 pandemic at 5 o'clock December 9, 2021, for the purpose of the election of the Treasurer of the State of Maryland by joint ballot in accordance with Article 6, Sections 1 and 5 of the Constitution. We respectfully concur in your message and have appointed, on behalf of the Senate, the President, President Pro Tem, Majority Leader, Minority Leader, and the Secretary of the Senate with the ballots to witness the counting of the ballots. By order, Nicole M. Alexander, Secretary.
All right, message having been read is ordered adopted. Next up is we have a report from the Special Joint Legislative Committee to select the State Treasurer. The clerk will read the report.
December 7th, 2021. In February 2019, Nancy K. Kopp was re-elected by the General Assembly for a 4-year term as State Treasurer. On October 18th, 2021, Treasurer Kopp announced her retirement and indicated that she would step down as treasurer by the end of 2021. Under the Maryland Constitution, in case of a vacancy in the office of the treasurer, the General Assembly chooses a successor to serve for the remainder of the unexpired term of office. The Special Joint Legislative Committee to select the state treasurer held a public hearing on November 29, 2021, pursuant to 5101 of the State Government Article, to interview and report on the qualification of the candidates for treasurer and to recommend one candidate. The vacancy was advertised statewide, and 4 candidates, Jorge Cortez, Delegate Derek Davis, John Douglas, and Joseph Zimmerman, were interviewed by the committee. As required by statute, each candidate's name appears on the ballot, and the ballot also contains a place for a write-in candidate. At the conclusion of its public hearing, the Joint Committee unanimously recommended Delegate Derek Davis to serve as treasurer for the remainder of Treasurer Kopp's unexpired term of office. Sincerely, Melanie Griffith, Senate Chair, Sherry Sample Hughes, House Chair.
The report having been read, without objection, is ordered journalized. We will now begin the process of electing the state treasurer through joint ballots in accordance with Article 6, Sections 1 and 5 of the Maryland Constitution. Will the clerks please distribute the ballots? So members, the clerks will be distributing the ballots. Members, after you have completed your ballot, please fold the ballot in half and keep it at your desk. We will collect them after all members have voted. Members, please stay in your seats, please. Members, please, to your seats. All right, has everyone completed their ballot and folded it in half? If so, if the clerks could please collect the ballots individually. Please make sure that we have every ballot. Not 2, just 1. Just you, Senator. All right, the ballots will be placed in the ceremonial Senate Treasurer selection box. All right, it appears that all of the ballots have been collected. Are there any outstanding ballots on the floor? Has any member not yet voted? If not, Senators, in this modified joint session, we are now going to deliver the ballots by hand to the House of Delegates and witness the vote counting. I ask that the Majority Leader, Minority Leader, President Pro Tem, and Secretary of the Senate join me as we go to the other chamber. I'd like to invite the chair of Budget and Taxation Committee to preside under the Senate Rule 13. Members, the video stream, as you are well aware, will be continuously running of the House of Delegates chamber and will be on our board to witness the ballot counting. If the chair could please and if the members could join in the back.
Can everyone please take a seat? Please take a seat, preferably your own.
Oh, it's a big delay.
Go ahead.
Madam Speaker, the Senate is present in a modified version. The chair of our Budget and Taxation Committee is now presiding on the other chamber, so we hope that this is quick. We are pleased to be here with you.
Quorum call.
Madam Speaker.
Has everyone recorded their presence? So the clerk will take the call. There being 136 members present, the House is still in session.
Derek Davis. 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 Derek Davis.
Derek Davis. Derek Davis. Derek Davis. Derek Davis. Derek Davis. Robin Grammer III. Derek Davis. Derek Davis. Derek Davis. Derek Davis. Lesko Brandon. Derek Davis. 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 Joseph Zimmerman. Derek Davis. Derek Davis. Derek Davis. Derek Davis. Derek Davis. Derek Davis. Derek Davis, 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 Derek Davis. The Honorable Derek Davis has received the majority of votes.
The Maryland General Assembly has selected the Honorable Derek E. Davis as the next Treasurer of the State of Maryland.
You guys want to leave or you want to stay?
We'll leave,
Okay.
and then he'll come over after.
Okay.
Yeah, does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay. Great. All right.
No, just recognize. As soon as they leave, just recognize there.
Recognizing the next Treasurer of the State of Maryland for remarks.
So this is what it looks like from up here. You know, I've been working on this speech for maybe 3 or 4 months, and then I decided I was going to wing it. And last night I was talking to Delegate Atterbury, and she insisted that I write some remarks down. So it went from probably maybe 5 or 10 minutes of just a little stand-up to it's 6 pages up here. And don't worry, I'm 54, so it's double-spaced, 18-point font, you know, so I can read it. Oh, boy. Thank you. Thank you all very much. The incredible show of support means a great deal to me. I want to start by thanking you, Speaker Jones, the members of the House of Delegates, the members of the Senate of Maryland. It is with a great deal of humility and a spirit of thanksgiving that I stand before you today as Treasurer-elect for the state of Maryland. Before I go any further, I'd like to just take a moment to express my gratitude to Treasurer Nancy Kopp and her Chief Deputy Bernadette Bennett for their combined 60 years of service to our state and to the citizens of Maryland. They've been great to me as I've been calling and just trying to find out more about the office, what it does, and I just want to tell them, ladies, me and many others may fill your space, but we'll never take your place. It would also be remiss of me if I did not thank my wife, Monique, my children, Derek Jr. and Nyla, my parents, Norman and Ernestine, my brother Keith, and all the residents of District 25 for allowing this country delegate from Prince George's County. I wanted to say that. I've heard Shoemaker say that forever, and I wanted to see how that felt. Just to fulfill this incredible dream for the last 27 years. I've had the opportunity to just travel this state and just to see all that it has to offer, all of its splendor, from the snow-capped mountains of western Maryland to the sandy beaches of the Eastern Shore, from the inner harbor of Baltimore City to the National Harbor of Prince George's County, the beautiful vineyards in Frederick County and the biotech corridor of Montgomery County. It is just an honor to live, work, play in the state of Maryland, and I am, again, just overwhelmed and honored by this opportunity. We have much to be proud of in the state of Maryland. I also want to thank, all right, I'm losing my place here. I want to thank, over the course of my journey, rather, I've just had the privilege to meet so many wonderful people that we serve with. The hardworking staff of the Department of Legislative Services, the Clerk's Office, the Office of Information Systems, the Department of General Services, and the young people with the Department of Corrections who are seeking a second chance. We're just truly blessed to have such talented and a dedicated workforce here in Maryland. So I just wanted to acknowledge them for all that they do for us. During my 27 years here in Annapolis, I've experienced the full range of emotions, from the highest of highs to the lowest of lows, and still, there's not a thing I would change about my time here. You know how they say if you have a job that you love, you'll never work a day? That's a lie. That is a lie. I love being a delegate in the chair of economic matters, and I work my butt off. And over the years, trying to stay ahead of Kipke and Zalaga and the progressives out here, and the Democratic caucus, the Republican caucus. But you know what, though? You all have pushed me. You pushed me to be as prepared and as knowledgeable as I could possibly be, to be the best version of myself. It's what Kobe Bryant used to call the Mamba mentality. And in the interest of full transparency, I must tell you that I spent many nights plotting on you jokers too. I would be, thinking of witty comebacks for stuff on the floor, scouring the internet for obscure tidbits of information, and then I started reading the rule book during the pandemic, just to add some more stuff to it. So you guys, it's been great. And then I started wondering, as this started getting closer, how was I going to replace that? I mean, I love that stuff. And then this light went on that said Board of Public Works. So, give me time to get comfortable there. I need to thank the staff of Economic Matters who worked tirelessly to make me look good, and more importantly, were responsible for the great work that we did. This includes my late aide, James Casey, who was the assistant to the chairman for 12 years, and with me for my first 20 years in the General Assembly. Ms. Denise Waters, who's been with me the last, or 18 of the past 19 years, the last 7 as the assistant to the chairman. Committee Counsel Bob Smith, Laura Addis, Tiffany Clark, Mary Clark, Erica White, Sally Robb, Anne Marie Maloney, Tina Quigley, and Mitch McCalman. I also want to thank John Smith, Donaline Trump-Starkey, Diane Dodson, Kayla Thompson, and Amy Hicks. To the Republican caucus, I appreciate the thoughtfulness with which you brought to every debate on matters involving economic matters. Whether you agree with the committee or not, I know you were doing what you thought was best for Maryland, and I respected that. To the Women's Caucus, I thank you for bringing a perspective that the committee may not have always been in tune with or as it needed to be. You are the backbone, the pillars of our communities, and your insight is invaluable. To the Democratic Caucus, thank you for not only supporting me, but challenging me when you thought you should. Your constructive criticism made for a better work product. To the Legislative Black Caucus of Maryland, Please know that each and every day I tried to represent you and the African American community as best I could. I wanted to live up to the standards set by Chairman Clarence Blount, Chairman Howard Pete Rawlings, and Speaker Pro Tem Elijah Cummings. And finally, to the Committee on Economic Matters, also known as Club ECM. Don't act out. Thank you for always being there. It has truly been a blessing to have been your chairman for 19 sessions. I love how we got after it during bill hearings and voting sessions, and then could go to dinner and have a few adult beverages, and things would be okay. That's the way it used to be, and that's the way it should be. We can count among our alumni the Secretary of Commerce, the Secretary of DNR, the Governor's Chief Legislative Liaison, the Baltimore County Executive, the Vice Chairman of Finance, both the House Minority and Majority Whips, the past Senate Majority Whip, the Prince George's County State's Attorney, and so many more. You come to ECM and we get you ready. As I wind this down, I have 2 requests of you. Number 1, when I come before the Appropriations Committee for my budget hearing, don't give me any crap. Just give me my money. Tell me how much you miss me. And when you speak of me, I hope you speak well. Number 2, regarding my successor as chairman of ECM, whoever that may be, I sincerely ask but one thing of you. Make his life a living hell. Be as sullen, as cantankerous, obnoxious, and rude as he is, whoever he may be. Now, I know I need to end this. I kept thinking of how to end this, and how do you say goodbye to what we've had? The good times that made us laugh have outweighed the bad. I thought we'd get to see forever, but forever has gone away. It's so hard to say goodbye to yesterday.
Derek. All right. All right. We are. The Senate remains in session. The joint modified session. I believe the treasurer-elect will be joining us shortly. As we are waiting for the treasurer-elect to join us, I do want to take a second to a few more thank yous, especially to make this happen with the live streaming across the boards. Our incredible OIS team, Mike Gaudiello and his staff, Heather Kohler, Karen Cassidy, they have just been incredible, kind of moving every day to make things work. The Legislative Redistricting Advisory Commission staff members who traveled the state with us, Carl Arrow, Michelle Davis, Jody Chilson, Chrissy Reyes, Claudette Sherman, Annie Level. I mean, they really did remarkable logistics work. We are so thankful for them. Truly, gosh, I can't think of them enough. The DLS facilities team that got the Centipods down, got the room back together. It is just incredible what they were able to do. That's Debbie Feely, DJ LaSalle, Mike Forrester, and Cliff Curtis. Thank you for everything that you did to help get this special session possible. Lori Mathis in operations, Bridget Wickline, the human resources staff, every single member of the print shop, the recyclers, the DLS finance team, they were absolutely essential this past week, and it's really the weeks leading up to this that are actually the hardest part. In the amendment room and bill drafting offices, Effie Reif, Kelly Dinkow, Chrissy Reyes, Michelle Purcell, thank you. The entire DLS analysts, editors, managers, of course, the leadership, Dave Romans, Vicki Gruber, as executive director, Ryan Bishop is the director of Office of Policy Analysis. Thank you to our COVID team that was down at the tent. I don't know if folks were able to utilize the services of the COVID and vaccine testing site and vaccine location. I don't know, what do we call it? The tent. Our incredible Sergeant at Arms, James, Steve, Steph, thank you for your incredible work. The DGS staff, who has been incredibly helpful, our assistants to the chairs, committee council, and of course the Senate President office staff. I am so incredibly thankful and blessed to have an incredible staff, and I'm so thankful for them. I think I may have done it just in time that we have with us, joining us, is the Treasurer-elect, Derek E. Davis. So, Mr. Treasurer-elect, just want to make it very clear that we whipped 47 hard votes, and we delivered. So, as you move into your next office, you know, this chamber, this beautiful Senate of Maryland, you know, keep us in mind as you move forward. Yes, sir. Please, the floor is yours.
Thank you, sir. Good evening, everyone.
Good evening.
It's my understanding that you actually heard my speech. Well, there goes, all right. then I'm going to have to wing this now. It's been an honor to serve here in the Maryland General Assembly, as I said, for the past 27 years. I know I haven't had the opportunity to serve in this august body, but I consider us all partners. Certainly, many of you actually served in the House with me, so I'm just deeply humbled, deeply honored to be here. Yes, I promised Mr. President when I first started this journey of trying to become treasurer that although I never served here, that you all would be equally important, your co-chambers and certainly your concerns and the things that are of interest to you are of interest to me. I may be a House guy, but I am the legislature's guy. I promise to represent you as ably as I possibly can. Just as Treasurer Kopp did, I will keep you informed as to what's going on in your district as well as what's going on in the state. I encourage you, if you have any questions at all or you want to share your thoughts with me, please do so. As I said earlier, I promise you the Board of Public Works will never be the same. I'm looking forward to that. And again, I'm truly grateful to each and every one of you. I value your friendship. I've loved every minute of working with you. I know the state is in great hands. Just a quick story, just a quick one. I've been thinking about this from the time I was first told I was going to come over here. About 2.5 years ago, as you all recalled, I was running for speaker, and it didn't work out, and so that was, you know, when I said highest of highs and lowest of lows, that was the lowest of lows, and so you know, it was tough getting through that. I got 2 phone calls though that all the calls were great. Everybody called, but 2 calls sort of stood out. One I got from Congressman Hoyer, and the congressman told me he you know, really appreciated what I did for my chamber, for my body, that it couldn't have been easy, but he respected what I did, and you know, I appreciated that one. But the other one I got, as it came, and when I saw the number pop up on my phone, I was, you know, I really didn't want to take calls at that moment, but I wanted to take that one. And that was from the guy up on the wall in the back of the chamber, President Miller. Mr. President called, and, you know, he was trying to be soothing in the beginning, and I guess he could sense, you know, I was feeling sorry for myself or something. And then it flipped. And maybe you know this, but he has his own unique language. And I'm pretty fluent in it myself. But he said some things. I can't repeat them here, that he wanted me to tell some other people. Let's just say it was anatomically impossible. But it snapped me right out of it, and I certainly appreciate it. President Miller was somebody I greatly respected. I thought he always tried to do what's right, whether you agreed with him or not. I'm sure he's sorely missed in this chamber, but this chamber is in good hands. I will end there. Thank you again for having me over. I'm available to you at any time, and thank you. Thank you very much.
Congratulations. Congratulations. We'll talk in a minute. All right, well, we thank the treasurer-elect. We very much look forward to the ongoing partnership. And also just a huge thanks to Treasurer Kopp, retiring this year, who just has been such a remarkable partner as well. All right, members, we do have just a little bit left. I promise, we're almost there. We have two messages. Let's go ahead and read the message to the Senate. The message to the Senate, if the clerk could read the message.
By the Majority Leader, ladies and gentlemen of the Senate, we propose with your concurrence that when the General Assembly adjourns December 9, 2021, it stands adjourned sine die. We further propose the apportionment of a joint committee, 2 on the part of the Senate and 2 on the part of the House, to wait upon His Excellency, the Governor of Maryland, to inform him that the General Assembly will adjourn sine die in accordance with the provisions of the Constitution, and to inquire if he has any further communications to make to the General Assembly. We have appointed on the part of the House delegates Lukey and Buckle. By order, Sylvia Siegert, Chief Clerk.
Message having been read is ordered journalized. We have a message to the House. Clerk will read the message.
By the Majority Leader, ladies and gentlemen of the House of Delegates, we have received your message proposing that when the General Assembly adjourns December 9, 2021, it stands adjourned sine die. The Senate concurs therein. We agreed to the Joint Committee to wait upon His Excellency, the Honorable Lawrence J. Hogan, Jr., Governor of Maryland. The Senate appoints Senators King and Simonera. By order, Nicole M. Alexander, Secretary.
Message having been read is adopted. It's not every day you elect a new treasurer, you know? And actually, we have some work to do on that old Treasury building, by the way, so it's the next big project ahead. All right, thank you, sir. Members, that concludes the business for the 2021 legislative session. The desk is clear. Are there any announcements? Any announcements before we head out? Do we need to do a quorum call? I think we do. Let's do a quorum call. Clerk will call the roll.
Mr. President.
Has everyone recorded their presence? If so, the clerk will take the call. With 45 members in the chamber and a quorum being present, the Senate of Maryland remains in session. Chair recognizes the Majority Leader.
Thank you, Mr. President. I move that the Senate of Maryland stand